I am the man with the invisible noose around his neck, awaiting his execution, awaiting his final day. Yet all I can think of is her sweet voice, as if it were in the cell with me. Look at my surroundings. Look at these four walls that I call home, no further apart than a full stretch of my arm. No window to even look out upon, just boxed in as if I were dead already. Already my final resting place, my casket, my living tomb. They would put me in the ground if they could. Execute me. Yet they will not use rope or poison or even a firing squad, for they are far more evil than that. Their ways, subtle and done with a smile, as if they were your friend, your very best friend. My bed with its blankets that never changed, these clothes soiled with blood, sweat and tears, my face lined and wrinkled by this fate I've had to endure for you all, endure for you all. Yet don't we all endure it day in and out? Am I not the only one in a cell? Yet you call yours home. You put paintings on the walls and curtains and drapes and sweet-smelling perfume to hide the fact that you're as much a prisoner as I. The night has fallen. Silence has descended. The quiet hour when all fall into slumber and dream a life where they can fly and be free, like every prisoner's dreams. Each of us with our invisible shackles, yet who is it who has the key? This ungodly hour when nothing happens, yet time keeps on ticking, keeping its motion, as this globe slowly spins upon its axis as we softly glide through space. Yet why should I talk of such niceties when I am caged up like a lion in the zoo, drugged by those things you give me to watch and read, the books and words that tell me how I should live? Why should I not scream and rage and break down these walls? Should I be wrong if I were to do so? Would I be more of a criminal than I am now? And what of my crime anyway? I am found guilty of being human, truly human. Oh, this quiet, will it never stop? Will it eat away at my brain? Stop it, for God's sake, stop it. Take it away before I go insane. Do you not dread this quiet of every night? Wish that I could sleep, yet how can I have the luxury of sleep when I know not whether from that dream shall I awake to the day when I shall be hung and left to die? Or has that day already arrived? Oh, sweet voice that it used to be about me, I hear it again. Ah, can you hear it not? As clear as the silence, she speaks unto me. She tells me she loves me, that she will always be with me. Oh, dear heart, rejoice, she is with us again. Oh, sweet joy, wishing that I could conjure up not only her voice, but her touch, her hands to place upon mine, her lips to kiss upon mine lips, her eyes to gaze and shine into mine. Oh, sweet memory that keeps me alive. Love, lost like the waves that crash into the sea, like broken dreams and shattered visions, emptiness and hearts unknown. Love, lost, endless pains of the heart, two souls separated by life and death, only able to remember in dreams of a love once shared and never to be repeated again. Once the hand has gone cold, the heart has stopped its beat, the eyes closed and body placed into the soily ground. Love, lost, unable to taste its sweet nectar again. Why do you keep me in this cell? Have you no further use of me? Why do you charge me with these crimes when all I was as you two were? What crime is it to love and to be? Who is it to set themselves up as God when we are all men born equal? Who is it that should set upon each of us your rules? Why must you cage us all in your little cells? This night, shall it never end? How many shall I have to bear? Should it be better that I end myself this night, take in my hands my very life and squeeze it tight, until no pulse can be felt, until my heart slows down and ceases to beat? Should I not take this dignified exit, rather than the humiliating one you set for me, to live out your designs and ways, unable to feel, unable to breathe, unable to live freely as a human being. For you wish to make us all robots, unfeeling, unrepenting, lifeless beings that do as you wish, where we do not need food or drink, we do not need love or tenderness, that we should never be sick or tire of these ways, but should follow your instructions and think not of any reward at the end. And once your machinations have been done and our time is up, we shall grow old and falter and decay and become weak, and not be able to stand upon our own 2 feet. And like the cattle, you slaughter us in our own filth and lock us away until we die in these cells, until we have no reason left to live. No mercy is shown upon us by our fellow men, who wish us to believe that they are better than us, who wish us to believe that it's the best and only way to live. I shall be your prisoner no more. I waded through your ways all my life. I did as I was told, and yet at each step, when you wished no more of me, you pushed me into the street as if I were the garbage you were putting out. You took from me my very soul and told me it was for my good. I was given a life to live free and full, and yet you, my masters, made it so that I could only ever live your way, even if it were not right. And now I am at my end, and I live in this cell with my own filth, and only a few memories that you allowed me to make to keep me alive, barely alive. Yet you called this living. You only allowed of the fruits we were all promised, so very few, just enough so that we would carry on the work you had planned for us. You smiled and you wore suits and told us what to do. You were driven by those things that lead us straight into hell. You covered them up with smiles and words that made them sound so good. You told us a purpose that we should all strive, yet this purpose is a self-repeating waste of time in order just to keep us drugged and numb, so that we can never ever feel or be as we were truly intended. So I will not be your prisoner anymore. For true, if I had strength, with my bare hands for all humanity, I would break down these walls and tear down your structures and out your heart and set this world free. But my soul is old and weary. I have been beaten by your ways, so that I have no strength to fight. And so the only fight left I have is to take my own life and be taken from this darkness and into the everlasting eternal light.